Previously on the blacklist. Better than reading.
I'm sorry, I just got a text from some random number. Someone said, "Who is this?" Should I write back?
And now the epic conclusion.
Counting down. 10, 9. No, I gotta go do that.
Is it really counting down or no?
Starting 100. 99.
3 hours later.
97.
And we're a go, folks.
And
After everybody
we're
stopped
go.
listening.
Okay. Here we are. This is Better Than Reading, episode, I don't know. I think we're in our 30s.
370 million.
499. And we're here. We are actually in the same room.
We're live. I guess
Live.
we're always live, but we're actually together.
It's a special. So how you doing,
To you, it'll seem exactly the same.
Why are you even saying this? It's not going to improve your experience.
Oh, the good news is we have 343 hours of disk space remaining, so clearly we can go at it all night.
All night, folks. So what's going on, Mike? How you doing?
Oh, just living that dream. Actually, the reason why we're meeting up is I just got done with a little 7-day trip to Disney World with the family, so got to hang out with Mickey Mouse and see all the strange tourists from other countries and realize that Americans are pretty much the minority there.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time. Wasn't too crowded, and got to kind of visit you on my way back. So good stuff.
Did you go to It's a Small World ride?
I did.
They still do that?
Equally as boring as it was before.
I think
My son was like, why would I want to be here? And I'm like, listen, it was a 5-minute wait. That's the only reason why we're here.
Exactly. No one wants to
There's
do that.
nothing, no wait, so we're going.
You'd think they would have updated that by now. Like, Disney is so good at making amazing attractions, but
Yeah.
let's just...
Well, I think that's part of it. Part of it's the nostalgia that they can still have something from the 70s when the park first opened, or 60s, whenever it was.
5 minutes.
And still kind of have that. Because Disney's is not about high-octane rides. A lot of people try and emulate Disney by putting in a bunch of roller coasters and all that, but it's about the experience. And it was really cool. My son being 8 and my daughter being 5, they were the perfect ages as far as maturity level to really enjoy it. So we had a great week, and being able to just spend time with the family and have fun and go swimming and just be half naked most of the time. It's fantastic.
Boy. Operative word is half.
Yeah, not full.
Next time.
Don't report me.
Go to the adult section. That's pretty cool. A lot happening this week, at least in trailer news.
Trailer parks or?
Movie trailer news.
Oh, fantastic. Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so we're getting up really close to the big summer blockbuster movie time. The first one.
Is that what it's called? Big blockbuster summer movie
Summer
time?
movie time with Mr. Borat. So we're getting Batman v Superman is going to come out in March.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Bizarrely early, but it's going to be a really big deal.
I think we may have talked about this already. I'm not sure, but I really didn't expect to like Ben Affleck as Batman. But seeing the trailers and kind of he bulked up for it, it looks and sounds pretty good.
He seems shockingly muscular. I don't know if that's the suit, because you see him he's like as Bruce Wayne, he's like I'm Bruce Wayne, and then the suit comes out and he's like.
I think it's the suit for sure, but he did bulk up considerably for it.
It's the first time Batman and Superman are going to be in a movie together, so it's like nerd explosion.
Now, is there already an ending to this? Has there already been a comic that's been made around this storyline, or is this something new?
They're mushing together a lot of different storylines from what my years wasted reading comics. The earliest was they were buddies, hey, Batman, Superman,
Lunchbox pals.
And then Super Friends are corniness. I think more recently they played with the idea how they wouldn't like each other at first. They didn't trust each other because they're so different.
Yeah.
A lot of the Batman look and his persona is taken from a separate comic where he's later in his life and they do fight even though they knew each other for years. So they're taking different things. A lot of it is stuff that hardcore fans will recognize and get all excited about. Go crazy over. So
is it common knowledge as far as what the ending to this movie is going to be, or is that still kind of a surprise to most people?
I'm sure it's going to be a surprise. I mean, they're setting up. They want to do the same thing as Avengers, so they want to have the Justice League, which is arguably a bigger deal than Avengers because it has all these famous guys.
Gotcha.
But this specific movie, I don't know what the plot really is, like how it's going to end. Like there's been little sneaks here and there in the trailer where there's little characters popping up that everyone's surprised about. So I mean, I'm going to go see it, not really knowing what's going to happen.
Okay. Cool. So when does that come out?
I think March. Or no, maybe not. I guess, March. This is March. I can't keep track.
It comes out this month?
Yeah, I guess the end of the month. I know it's super early.
We're an excellent podcast for late breaking information.
If you're listening
if we want to get ahead of the curve.
There's an amazing movie coming out. Have you heard of Batman?
It's out tomorrow.
It's already made $100 million. But the thing I'm really excited about, as you can see on my desktop right there, is the new...
Well, let's not talk about what's on your desktop.
Oh, don't ignore that part.
Not safe for work.
The German pigs. Is, of course, the big trailer that came out this week that finally we get a glimpse of the new Spider-Man and the Captain America Civil War super-duper mash-up mega movie. Because it is, like, all the characters they've introduced so far are going to be in it, including new characters like Spider-Man, so that's going to be an exciting little adventure.
Awesome.
So,
I honestly know nothing about that, so
I do too, but
sorry I can't contribute to
I don't want to keep talking
the
about
podcast.
I don't want to keep talking about comic books so I could look like a mega nerd.
Yeah.
So we'll transition into something else. Have you played the latest video game? Pokemon is 20 years old. There's a new Pokemon coming out.
You're really doing yourself justice here.
Oh, okay. No, I like trucks and sports.
No, but really, Pokemon. No.
You never played Pokemon.
Never. I have no idea. I try and just hold my own with my son. He's talking about powers and cards and coins, and
He actually plays Pokemon?
Yeah.
I was wondering if he missed the boat for
I doubt that he actually knows the correct rules, but we play his version of Pokemon.
Oh, like the card game?
Which pretty much consists of him winning no matter what cards I have.
Yeah. No, that means you lose. I win.
Yeah, it's like we honestly just make it up as we go, I think.
Yeah, that's just fun. That's all that matters.
You know, there's a lot of things that bother me in this world.
I know.
But, what really, really frustrates me is the people in the middle of the mall that have turned, like, your normal shopping mall into, like, a Middle Eastern bazaar where, like, everybody's shouting at you.
The kiosks?
Like, when did that become okay?
Yeah.
I mean, literally, you walk through the mall and they're, like, clawing and scratching at you, trying to get you to try their face cream.
Like The Walking Dead.
You know, the guy asked me if I wanted him to shine my shoes. I'm like, have you seen my shoes? Of course, I care less. You know?
Shine the canvas? These are Chuck Taylors.
You didn't even look down before you tried to shamelessly sell me something.
Shiny shoes, sir? I'm wearing sandals. Oh, well,
and I just make up an excuse. Like, they're like, my wife and I walk through, and they're like, would you like to try my face cream? I'm like, no, I'm having a heart attack. I need to leave. It's literally the dumbest thing. And really, in my opinion, I'm sure a lot of people can sympathize with this. It becomes very obnoxious, and it's hard to really do your shopping because they have face cream, they have helicopters, they have Jell-O molds. I mean, they just I don't know.
Helicopter face cream. Jell-O molds?
That's not what I was going for. I was trying to say.
I don't think that's a hot mall purchase.
What's the
well, I know they have cell phone cases. That's a big one.
Yeah, like the sorry.
Jell-O mold. I know your Jell-O is flopping all over the place. So get this mold shaped like Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Oh boy, yeah. So I'm sorry that went awry. I apologize.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. It used to be confined to like the Macy's, like the perfume counter, like they spray it in your face before, and that's not going to make me want to buy your product. You just blinded me with thinking, Calvin Klein, whatever. But now they realize they got the whole mall to do that, so they fill out the halls with these annoying idiots.
Yep.
But I think that's the only way to get the attention, especially nowadays. It's hard to get people's attention because we're always on our phones. We're in our little self-contained universe.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it's as I put let me put my phone on the counter here.
You literally have two phones. They look exactly the same. You're showing off. Look at my puny phone next to it.
Hi guys, can we
Can we play? Look at that. I looked like a little kindergartner next to the.
You know what they say. What were we just talking about? Us being together in the same room is not good.
You were talking about malls and how they spraying the Jello molds in your face.
No, seriously, they have helicopters, they have freaking boomerangs, skateboards.
I've seen the helicopters.
They're if my son looks at the booth for like a second, they take that as like the all systems go, you know. But you know, there's just little things like that. Like, have you ever been a victim of somebody trying to sell you something on Facebook? Has that ever happened to you?
No.
Like it's funny because you have somebody that says, you know, there's like all these different pyramid schemes, like all these different things, fitness DVDs, everything. Everybody's the diet, drinks, all this kind of stuff they're trying to do to have you lose weight. Well, all these people that I know on Facebook sell it, and it's like, you know, you get this normal Facebook message, and it's deceiving. They're like, hey, how are you? How's everything going? In case you didn't know, I just started working for this company. It's $13.95, and you can join for this much, and you know, get a friend to do this and do that. And it's like, you know, Facebook is bad enough. Now you have people that genuinely really care nothing about you. They just want to sell you something. But it's deceiving because it starts out as, hey, man, I'm so glad to hear from you. Have you seen my fitness DVD? I haven't talked to you in 6 years. What do I care about your fitness? I mean, you could not be more obvious. Like, are you freaking kidding me?
A whole new generation is getting tricked by these pyramid schemes because, like, our parents dealt with it and know what when it's coming at them. But now on Facebook, they could, like, repackage it. Like, hey, bro, what's going on? Do you realize I got these amazing berries from Taiwan that'll give you extra strength? And if you start selling them, you could become rich today.
Yeah. But seriously, let's go out afterwards. I'm like, you know,
let's meet up. How's the kids?
You know, it's just shameless. You know, a lot of people, because I'm in the wireless industry, they'll call me for advice on different things that's going on, and I have no problem at all with somebody that genuinely wants to catch up or that genuinely wants help. But unfortunately, some people just are really only into it when it's something for themselves. You know. But I find those funny because, for the most part, the people that I know that run these schemes are so horrible at disguising their shameless promotion. And something else that I kind of included in my notes, believe it or not, notes have been taken.
Here's the proof. There's all my notes.
Yeah, I actually see them, which they're so detailed. I don't know how in previous podcast you can have notes of what you're talking about.
It's when I read through it. Yeah.
One of your notes one time was a guy riding a tricycle or something.
I still don't remember what that was.
Have you ever sold something on Craigslist?
Almost.
Okay, that doesn't count. So you never have?
No, I listed something. The guy was interested, but then I canceled because I just had not to sell it.
You might be trying to lure me into an alley.
I was a jerk.
Well, anyway, there's along the same lines of this whole, you know, Facebook selling thing. You put something on Facebook on Craigslist, and you can tell right away when it's spam. Right? You get all these normal people say, "Hey, man, you still have the iPhone? I'm at such and such number, or you still have this case or this video game? I'm at this number. You know, I'm interested." Well, you know, you'll get a message from somebody that's horrible English, right? Mm-hmm. And as soon as they send it out, it's like the length of 6 text messages.
Yeah, it's very
so you know it's fake. It's like, hey, I really interested in video game system.
Super fun, happy time.
Game, MSRP, like it's very official in what they say. It's like, I will be sending it to my cousin in Taiwan.
Oh, boy.
I'll need your... social security card, or you know, I'll pay you through PayPal if you could just send the stuff first.
PayPal, yeah.
And I'm like, you've got to be freaking kidding me! Like, it's so bad, but it's even worse to think that people actually fall for this stuff. Like, okay, you're gonna pay me through PayPal. Let me go ahead and send this video game system to you, and I believe in good faith that you'll send that money on over. Like, it's clearly a scheme.
Really, yeah.
And the fact that these people. Anyway, it's kind of along the same lines of things that are just really badly hidden. I'm sure there's plenty of people that have experienced both the obnoxious mall salesman, right? I'm sorry, the 3 obnoxious mall salesman, the shameless Facebook promoter, and the Nigerian Craigslist buyer that tries to get you to PayPal $700 phone.
But at this point, like you make a point that there's people who really believe that what is now obviously a scam, and it's 2016. We've had the internet for quite a while.
Quite some time.
You can't get away with being that naive.
Would you say the internet's on a solid? I mean, as far as being widely used, a solid 20 years, maybe.
Yeah, because the technology
more than that.
took long to grow, but it was
Because I had AOL. I had AOL when I was a teenager, and I'm 33 now.
Yeah, that's when it really took root. So that's a good 15, 20 years that most people have been around.
They have those Facebook memes with the dial tone for American Online. Did you have AOL?
Yeah, we had AOL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you guys were Amish back when you were a kid. But.
We turned our own butter. We chopped our own wood, but then we got a computer with the AOL. Yeah, but you mentioned something about Craigslist. I wanted to mention something on this about a guy who decided to troll someone on Craigslist. A kid was selling his PlayStation 3, and he made the mistake of putting his number right in the Craigslist ad. So a guy decided to play a prank on him, so he sent him a text message. He wrote, "Hey, babe, I know you didn't want me texting you after you kicked me out of the house, but I'm just riding around on my hog and thinking about things. I'm so sorry, baby. Please let me back in." And the kid sent question marks. And the guy sent that picture of a big fat biker laying his flowers. He wrote, "Here's a photo of me just cutting loose in the blue bonnets. You always said they were your favorite." So the kid wrote, "Hey man, you must have a wrong number. I have no idea what all this is." And the guy texts back, "Oh, my mistake. Thought I was texting my wife. Must have misdialed the number." And the kid said, "No problem." 2 days later, the guy texts him back, "Still missing you, baby. I was thinking about you, so I headed over to your favorite Mexican restaurant, Scotty's Salsa Saloon. Hope you like this photo of me." He's riding a little pony, this giant bald man. "I was making a frowny face because you weren't with me. I got the cheesy chimichanga plate for two, just like we always get." And he had like...
I don't know if that's hilariously funny or if that guy just has way too much time on his hands. It's kind of borderline.
And then he'd send another picture of himself with a big fake beard.
Is this really the guy?
I don't know if that's really him or he just found these pictures online.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey there, sexy lady. I'm a fat handsome
Crazy thing is,
stranger."
who really is that guy?
Yeah, but what's really funny at the end, he writes, "I just wish I had something to keep me busy," because he's saying he lost his wife. "Something that will keep me entertained until my wife lets me back in the house. Hey, do you got like a PlayStation 3 I could buy off here?" So he comes all the way back around.
The full circle. He's like, "Yeah." Well, you know, the blue bonnet is the flower of Texas, isn't it? So he must be a Texan. He must be a Texan.
He looks
biker.
Texas.
Makes
he looks
complete
like
sense, actually.
But that's you don't want to put your number. This guy was just playing like a silly prank, but if he'd left his number, he could have done something much worse. But he was just having some fun.
I put my phone number in all my Craigslist ads because that's how people get in contact with you.
Well, Craigslist automatically generates an
email or phone number now. You can do a phone number as well.
But you got
this segment of Better Than Reading brought to you by Craigslist. No, I'm just kidding.
But I wanted to mention, if it's cool, a follow up. Like a few weeks ago, I got a random text from a stranger. And we put it in the show.
Oh, yeah. The Chinese food restaurant?
Okay, so...
where you're now delivering
delivering
live to several households in the area.
Went on a strange tangent, but for those who don't know, a stranger texted me. I still have the text.
Is it texted or text?
Text.
That's the question.
That's an
Have the viewers
question.
chime in.
But they texted, "Who is this?" Okay, it's not a person I knew. I didn't recognize the number. They just randomly texted me.
And that's what bothers me is if you're the one texting, you're opening text, not "who is this?"
Exactly.
That would be your follow-up.
My only thought is they had got the number from someone else, forgot who it was, but it couldn't have been me because I didn't know them. So I texted back a joke number. They never texted me back. So I thought, why don't I find out who this person is? Going back to like being, exploited on the internet. So I put the number in Google, nothing. Mm-hmm. So I put it in Facebook, and I found out who it was. Okay. This is what's scary. I won't say who it was or get into all that.
Is it somebody you know?
No, I don't know who they are, but I found out their name, where they live, where they work.
Just off of a phone number.
Off of the phone number, put into Facebook. This person's entire life. I won't get into details, man or woman. I respect their privacy.
Even though they
don't protect
their text message you.
But I found out everything I could have known about this person. Pictures of them and their significant other, their friends and family, and I could text them back saying, "Hey, so and so, what's going on?" and completely mess with them.
Yeah.
Because they were protecting their information. So kids, don't give out your information on whatever, anywhere. Facebook, Craigslist, you can't trust them at all. But
I only put my entire vacation on there.
Well, if you protected like only
Yeah.
friends or something.
That is crazy, though. That we talk about it a lot, but that just goes back to the just advancement of technology. It used to be that if somebody didn't have your address, they couldn't find you. Now they can type your name in the
Just
internet,
phone number,
your house, how much it costs. It's crazy.
Yeah, they find out a whole lot. So, kids, be careful.
How about in the world of entertainment? What you got for
There's
us?
plenty of good stuff. Oh, I got a good show to recommend.
Is it British?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it is European.
Anything not American is what I'm going for here.
It's the same thing, but it's really, really good. And I've just discovered it like a few days ago. I'm super into it. It's called Crossing Lines. It's on Netflix. It's an ongoing show as far as I know. The last season wrapped up in December, so there's still
So it's still live.
It's still live.
I like live shows, so I know there's more to come.
Get invested. It's an awesome show. If you're a fan of like cop detective dramas, it's basically like that. It's very similar.
We talk about those every episode.
Yeah, so. It's got to be the most popular thing. Because I could list at least 3 cop detective shows on every network because they're so popular. People love that. There's something about detective work. This one, it combines all that fun stuff, but it takes place in Europe. It's a special task force. It's called Crossing Lines. I don't know if I mentioned the name.
You did.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's run by a team from, like, there's a few guys from Paris, from England, from Italy, from Germany, and there's one American guy. A bunch of actors you'd recognize. Donald Sutherland, who's famous from Hunger Games and many movies. William Finchner, who you'd recognize. He's been in the Ninja Turtles movies. I think he plays a cop in those, if you've seen those movies. Really great actor. He plays a New York cop who worked overseas during 9/11, and he has a lot of experience. He's kind of like a brilliant Sherlock Holmes kind of guy. He got injured and left the force and is now kind of living a reclusive life, and this friend of his, a French cop, brings him on this team, and it combines all these great like crime-solving dramas in very unique locations, so it's not like the same city each time. One time they're in France.
That seems like the show has a far reach with all those different areas being involved.
And it's amazing because it's so well produced. What's amazing is it's done internationally for like it aired in Italy and in France and all these places, but they all speak English. So it's amazing. So there's no like cultural.
But there's no American detectives.
Well, 2 of them are American actors. The rest are European, but they speak perfect English, so you don't have to like read subtitles. I can't read while I'm looking at things. So what's great about it is the stories are really unique. Where that's after watching like 100 of these shows, they all become kind of the same. You predict it every episode. You just don't know what's going to happen next. And it's real exciting chasing down murderers and drug lords and kidnappings, and the characters are really fresh and interesting, and they all have their own backgrounds. And they do this one thing that I don't think many shows can do very well, is that they could juggle different plots within the same episode. So like one episode, someone's in danger and they're kidnapped, but at the same time, there's other things happening.
A lot going on. A lot
going on. You're really invested. And most episodes carry over to 2-parters because there's so much going on. You want it to continue. So it's super exciting. I just finished, I think, most of the first season. They have 3 seasons right now online. Like I said, it's an ongoing show. Crossing Lines, Netflix, iTunes, wherever it is, check it out. It's good. It is a good show that I like to watch.
And all of a sudden you're Mario. I don't understand.
And not when I'm watching the TV.
with the Luigi. There's actually a few things that I had on the notes that things I've watched recently. Have I ever talked about Narcos? Does that sound familiar?
No. Okay. I've heard of the show, but we haven't talked about it.
Yeah, so Narcos is a show that is actually based off the story of Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, I've heard of
it. The Colombian drug lord.
Yeah.
And I didn't have this. I wasn't originally going to talk about the show, but you brought up subtitles, and that kind of brought it to my attention. It's an excellent Netflix original.
Right.
It is a little violent. It does have some. It's an adult show for sure. So watch out as far as the audience. But it's an excellent show with a great story. And because it's in Colombia, they don't do the normal thing of it's in Colombia, but everybody speaks English.
Right.
Like it's actually Colombians speaking.
Colombian.
Speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're speaking Colombian. Spanish. And literally, like 70% of the show is subtitles.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
And I kind of surprised myself that I could read the subtitles, stay engaged, and kind of get through the whole show. But excellent show. It's a drug, crime drama.
Right.
Again, based off of Pablo Escobar, and it's just one season. We all ultimately know what happens to Pablo Escobar. He ends up dying, as the federales and everything are
federales.
As the feds are after him. Federales.
You're gonna start talking like a Pablo Escobar.
But it's an excellent show. What I like about it is great cast. So it has a great story, but also has a great cast together with it. I like the fact that it does have the subtitles because it feels very genuine, very organic as far as how it's made. You don't actually even feel like you're watching a show. You feel like it's more actually happening. The music, the way it's shot, the transitions from scene to scene. I just really like the whole show. If you're looking for, again, we've already talked about it, if you're looking for a good drama, there's really not much out there like this one in particular. And Netflix is doing a really good job with original content of just making some really good stuff.
Yeah, they're not stopping. It's amazing.
Narcos, first season is on Netflix. There's some other Netflix originals I wanted to talk about, but I'll save that for later. But really good stuff.
So do you want to get into music?
Let's go that route. What you got?
Well, I've got a lot. I wanted to touch base with Hailstorm. They're a rock band, kind of modern progressive rock. I found them through different channels. I was working on stuff.
Literally 2 words, Hailstorm.
No, one word, Hailstorm. Not like the storm, like hail. It's playing on that word, but it's Hales, because I think the lead singer's name is like Haley or Hale or something.
How long have they been around?
I think they're new. I think they're still reaching a mainstream. They're still on a smaller scale, but great progressive hard rock with a female lead, which we always love because it's so unique, and having a female lead with a male-dominated genre like rock is really cool. It breaks up the stereotypes. But yeah, their new album is Into the Wildlife. Good rock, because we talked about the lack of rock, so that's a rock recommendation.
Let me get that saved on the old Spotify. Check her out later.
Good vocals, good sound.
All right.
This is so good.
So I've got a band called Like Moths to Flames. So there's another band out there, I think that's called Moth to Flames. This band is Like Moths to Flames. They are very much a metal band, almost screamo. Their album name is The Dying Things We Live For. It's funny because, and I came back to this a couple times, but we've kind of talked about how a lot of this music that we used to listen to is kind of a dying art. But I've been encouraged to kind of see some newer stuff coming out that is very much like that. So what I like about this band is they have great breakdowns. So that moment when the chords change and the music gets heavy, they're crazy breakdowns.
Right.
Very skillful, very talented guys.
Kind of like...
No. That's like Yamaha keyboard pre-programmed. But he's got very grovelly vocals, but they also can sing. It's not screamo in the sense of like an Under Oath, something like that. That's kind of like a more high-pitched scream at times, like their older stuff. It's kind of more like the new Under Oath, where it's a little bit heavier, a little bit deeper, very aggressive. But the harmonies are good. You can tell that vocally they're very strong. But the breakdowns is kind of what sells it for me. So if you're looking for that type of artist, kind of like a screamo, but I would say more towards the metal side, this band is excellent. And they've been out for a while. I actually noticed them from a commercial that I saw about a festival that was coming to town, and they were one of the headliners. It's like, these guys sound pretty good. Let me check it out. And I searched their name incorrectly like 18 million times.
Yeah, that's
I actually found the right band.
Yeah, that's another.
But excellent stuff. Check it out. Like Moths to Flames, The Dying Things We Live For. Very good.
That's a very post-hardcore band name. Like As I Lay Dying, or These Arms Are Snakes. Like it says long sentence that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It's like,
but if any of you listening have recommendations for us, we're always on the lookout for new shows, movies, music. Let us know. Email at us betterthanreading@gmail.com. But yeah, this has been Better Than Reading. Email us all your thoughts, questions, fears, secret stories about ghosts.
What's that email?
betterthanreading@gmail.com. Also like us on iTunes. And we're also on YouTube. You can catch a lot of our new episodes as videos if you hate iTunes. And a couple of fun things now and again, so keep watching.
Yeah,
y'all.
join and subscribe on the YouTube. A couple of animated classics there for you. And again, any suggestions that you guys have or recommendations would be awesome. But it's been fun kind of doing it in the same room. That sounds so bad.
I was going to say, look, I'm touching him right now, but no, I'm not touching him, guys. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, let us know you're out there, and we will read your comments on the next show.
Bazinga.
Bye.